Environmental activists have protested in Germany over the weekend. They wanted the government to take bolder action against climate change. Thousands stormed off one of Germany's largest coal mines days after European Union leaders failed to agree on a plan to make Europe's economy carbon neutral by 2050. Here's a report.
Thousands of protesters stormed Germany's biggest open-pit coal mines in a protest against fossil fuel use.
We have to accept that climate change is a real problem, that there are thousands of scientists that agree that climate change is real, and that is something that not everyone in the US, I feel, has accepted. And that is the first step that we have to take so that there's something that we can change.
The protests come days after European Union leaders failed to agree on a plan to make the bloc's economy carbon neutral by 2050.
We just have to all stick together and show the government that we are not okay with the politics they're doing and that we're doing our part and they have to do theirs.
The protesters carried flags and banners and barged into the huge mining site. And even blocked the rail lines to the mining site.
It is simply shameful and terrible what happens. Germany, among other industrial nations, is one of the countries mainly responsible for climate change. And we do not feel the effects yet in comparison to the countries in the global south. It is simply essential to take to the streets against it and to protest.
A group of activists attempted to break through the police cordon, resulting in clashes with the officers. German police had mobilized hundreds of officers in a water cannon to prevent the protesters from blocking the mine and adjacent power plants. Despite the clashes with the police, the protesters refused to back down. Hundreds of protesters succeeded in temporarily blocking railway tracks used to transport coal.
Es gab leider wieder sehr viele Situationen, wo die Polizei sehr eskaliert hat.
Unfortunately, there were a lot of situations where the police escalated the situation. There were instances where they used pepper spray and there were also police beatings against activists. Police horses were also in use. Very unpleasant scenes which made me sick.
Sicherheit der Aktivistin oberste Priorität. Wir gefährden keine Menschenleben. Wir sind deeskalierend.
The mine in the country's west has become a focus of environmental protests in the recent years. The environmentalists have been up in arms since the utility company RWE running the mine has threatened to cut down a nearby forest. The utility company, on the other hand, has said that the protests are uncalled for and unacceptable, as they have been doing their part in reducing carbon emissions.
Das sind Rechtsverstöße.
These are violations of the law. That's unacceptable. These demonstrations are unnecessary because RWE does not block the departure from coal, something we are being accused of. Since 2012, we have reduced our CO2 emissions by 60 million tons. That's 34%. Show me someone in Europe who is actually ambitious. Through the transaction with WION, we will become the third largest supplier of electricity from renewable energy in the course of this year.
In January this year, the German government committed to close all the country's coal-fired plants by 2038. But according to reports, coal still accounted for 40% of the country's electricity. And at this rate, Chancellor Angela Merkel's claims about making Germany carbon neutral by 2050 might just be a little difficult to achieve. Bureau Report.